Timbaland been on his campaign for whatever reason, man. Just been doing his thing, talking about his AI stuff and talking about how AI is going to replace producers and all this other stuff. You know, I always felt this type of way when I saw him on the Producer Grind platform for what it was. I just knew what it is. Some people just know what it is, bro. And I always know that people don't always have the best intentions for people. And then today I had discovered that he had dropped this right here. And now we are in the space where he's trying to make a point again. And he's calling it the evolution of music. So we're going to check this out. It don't sound like it has any copyrights or anything like that. So, you know, you got Unc over there. He's on the MPC and whatnot. And we're going to talk about the hypocrisy with that. He said Unc versus MPC. He said, I can't make no music like this. It's crazy. This is not even his shit, but he reposted it or whatever.
On then, how you turn it on? And why is it doing all this damn blinking? I can't make no damn music like this.
All right, so
why the hell does this look like Tetris? And where the pads at? But where's the hardware, man? I can't make no damn music like this.
Now, whose Unc actually does stuff like that? And now, don't get it twisted. I know people that be in my comment section and they have questions and then they'll hate on whatever because they don't want to put in the time for something like that. So I kind of get that. But come on, man, the DAW, like, let's be real. The DAW is easy. And I hope FL Studio strike this nigga.
So what I'm supposed to tell it? I don't know what to say. Man, I can't make no damn music like that.
Anyways, that was loud as hell, as expected. But yeah, that's the very nature. That's why IG needs to step their shit up. They need to step their shit up in terms of being able to turn volume up and down. So the point that he's trying to make is that, okay, you have people that I always hate on a generation to generation about why they couldn't use this and how they don't like stuff and all this point. You know, this is what Timbaland's trying to convey in this, and honestly, this ain't Timbaland making this shit. This is somebody, again, probably not even in our space of music or whatnot, just trying to make a meme and make it go viral, and Timbaland's repurposing it to drive in his point. This is where things get different, and I want y'all guys to pay attention here. So what I want you guys to know about the MPC. Roger Lynn didn't invent the MPC to replace session drummers. That was the idea. That was the general idea of the MPC, was to have a session drummer, because back in the day, even though I got gray hairs, it was way before me. They had to pay people, professional drummers, to come in and drum so that the guitar player could, practice whatever riffs or whatever leads that he wanted to practice or whatnot. And the MPC was basically meant for, rock and roll producers, artists, and whatever, to get their rocks off when they didn't have time for a session drummer for, a few $1,000s. You know what I'm saying? It would save them a lots of money, but it wasn't to replace the drummer. The drummer still, to this very day, has a purpose, right? Are y'all following me? The general purpose of the MPC got repurposed for hip hop, by the way. And then also real drummers actually embraced the technology because it was a new way for them to get their rocks off and create music. Now we talk about DAWs. DAWs weren't meant to replace MPCs. They were just meant to be a new formal way to make music and to be and relatively as easy as the MPC, if not more so, because the computer, as we know, and the MPC is a computer. I get that. Okay. Yeah, but the computer in itself will always be updated, upgraded, et cetera, and, technology advances and so forth. And that's the main point. 891, thank you so much for that. Appreciate you, my G. Anyway, so this is the disconnect. This is the major disconnect with what he's trying to do with this meme. He legitimately wants to replace artists and whomever. It don't matter, because this man is a money-hungry bum. He's a money-hungry bum. I understand that people, business and all that, I get it. You can't have no music industry without music business. I get that. However, he wants to replace artists. Is you that dumb, my G, that you think that that meme actually works. It is funny too. And we're going to read some of the comments because some of the comments are golden, bro. Evolution of Music, Young Bean up in here. And he says this is an embarrassing post. He gets a like from me. Okay. He gets a like from me. The next person here, Sparkism, says Timbaland is going out sad. Meanwhile, Pharrell just dropped produced an album of the year with all live instruments. I don't know if about it being all live instruments. He did some sampling and stuff too. And he did some creative stuff. And stay tuned, bro, because that's my album, bro. That's my album. Let's Sort It Out is my album. By far the best Clips album I've heard. I mean, they only got 3, so it's kind of easy to say that, but you get the point. But anyways, next person was saying, Machine Drum was saying, this is so cringe. I agree. Boop. Let's get hit with a like here. And then Jay was talking about, it feels like AI is actually made this video. Yes, of course. Which makes this perspective eerie. Yes, that was kind of the general purpose there. It says no talent needed to make music now, just typing prompts. Sad to see Timbaland promoting BS like this. Why is it sad? This is kind of Captain Obvious. This is his angle. This has always been his angle. Did you just compare an MPC or Logic Pro Tools to AI? Bro. And then, he mentions Jay Dilla or whatever, but I'm just going to give him a like that he wants. A false equivalence, and that's what it is. It's a false equivalence, my G. Like, this is not that. This ain't that, bro. This ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot, by all means, say that AI is the equivalence of an MPC. It defeats the purpose. As a matter of fact, again, like I said, the MPC's purpose was not to replace people. It wasn't. So you missed the mark with that, my G. Shout out to Curtis King for dropping this right here. I can't play that. So you got Timbaland right here. So this beat right here, by the way, is not Timbaland's beat. It's not AI. It's supposed to be produced. This is supposed to be the AI that's replacing people. And mind you, I think all Timbaland did was this man Timbaland basically typed in, yo, I want this cat's beat. It was originally produced by K Fresh. Big shout out to K Fresh. For those who, if you don't know, then you ain't a part of the committee. You feel me? But this was such a bad look because he ended up taking someone else's beat using Soto without. The original producers, K Fresh, is playing it right there. I don't want to play the beat because, copyright claims and all that. You feel me? So I ain't with that shit. And then he interviewed K Fresh or whatnot. And God bless. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hit that with a like. And as you can see, the community at large, and mind you, it was a lot more than just the producer community that react to it. A lot of people react to it. And I just want to know if you guys are cool with what Timbaland's doing. Just let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comment section if you don't have a problem with it. If you're cool with that, let me know. If you're not cool with that, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know. And just so that I don't come off as no passive aggressive person, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? AI does have its purposes. General AI is cool, but when we're talking about ethical AI, bro, this is massively unethical if it's taking music from other people that exist on the internet. You know what I'm saying? If it's generative AI and it's unethically trained and it's trained on other people's music, bro, that's mad unethical, and it should cause problems. But that's a discussion for another day. But I want to know how y'all guys feel about that. So to add more to the madness, man, my boy DJ Payne One has chimed in about Timbaland in a video and that I want to react to. I'll have it linked in the description box or whatnot. And whether I agree with it or not, I definitely want you to support my homie. That's my dog, okay? You know what I'm saying? So he says that Timbaland was sacrificed. He was sacrificed for this music stuff, bro. So we go see what this is really about, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and full screen this. You know what I'm talking about?
I think that Timbaland was, to a degree, a sacrificial lamb. He did what he did.
Bruh, I don't want to say nothing about Shorty coming off like that because it's a preview, but Sacrificial Lamb is crazy. He a grown-ass man.
But I did have a conversation with them, with Suno, and they told me they were very displeased.
Okay, you're not afraid to. Okay, because there are a lot of people who have had similar conversations and they will not. You know what? Let me shut up.
But for me, like, I'm not afraid. What are they going
No, you shouldn't shut up. You should speak, my G.
to do? I'm just going to tell you guys the truth.
It really
That's the problem. Nobody really likes to tell the truth no more. What they want to do is cap. Why?
does feel like the AI tech bros use Timbaland for his platform to promote their product, which he did very well. I don't think.
Dude, let's just. I'm gonna stop the malarkey here, and I know that Pain. That's my dog. But what people are trying to paint it as, and I'm sorry, my nigga, it is not that. What it is he wanted to get bags. Matter of fact, there was a dude. It wasn't even Timbaland that got all these companies on board. It was another dude. His name was. I covered it in the lawsuit video. The dude that he owes hundreds and thousands of dollars to because he worked for Timbaland for free practically, and Timbaland promised all this stuff. He the one that put the play together in the first place. Timbaland says yes. He says yes to money bags. He knows what everything was about because he was speaking about it on other platforms. So let's not act as if he was a sacrificial lamb and he had to do this for the greater good. No, this nigga did it for his pockets, my G. You know that. I know that. And anybody else with common sense knows that.
Suno would be as popular as it is without Timbaland as a spokesperson. And then when Timbaland started getting a little...
It would have been just as popular because Sono was supposed to be the replacement so that people wouldn't get copyright claims and could use and create samples that sounded like something else or whatever the case may be, which is already a problem in itself because if it sounds like another record, then it's already could be considered an interpolation. There's plenty of lawsuits out there. Let's talk about Pharrell when he produced Blurred Lines with Robin Thicke and T.I. And that joint sounded like the Marvin Gaye joint. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the Marvin Gaye joint. But it was what you called inspired by the Marvin Gaye joint. So they lost that lawsuit. And that blurred the lines between what you can call an interpolation or original or whatever the case may be.
Too controversial, a little too problematic, and he did that thing with the K-Fresh beat, and he created those AI videos mocking songwriters. In true colonizer fashion, the tech bros were like, wait a minute, we don't know you like that anymore.
I don't know if call them colonizers in fashion, bro. Dude, just because all kinfolk ain't skin folk, my G, I don't agree. You know that. A lot of these cats out here be black only by color. They be black only by color. We ain't gonna do that, my G. And I ride with you on a lot of things.
More. And there was a lot that I heard behind the scenes about his relationship with Suno that made me feel bad. It's not stuff that I can speak on. However,
so you can't speak on the fact that he was with another AI company and he pitched everything over there to Suno. A lot of people don't know that. I covered that. Matter of fact, I'll dig it up real quick. Right here. Timbaland and Beat Club exposed again, scamming employees. So this basically Timbaland, and just to sum things up, Timbaland went to another AI company when he couldn't get the money that he wanted for the deal. He went to Suno and pitched the exact same kind of thing over there. And then that company has a lawsuit against him. What I'll do is I'll post that in the description box. It should have more than 8.4 thousand views on it. It is an extremely important video, a really important one.
With Suno, and they told me they were very displeased with how he went about the whole thing. But then
you're saying it. Okay, you're not afraid to. Okay, because there are a lot of people who have had similar conversations and they will not. You know what? Let me shut up. Continue, please.
But for me, like, I'm not afraid. What are they going to do? I'm just going to tell you guys the truth is that they're very displeased. And at the same time, this is what I said to them, DJ Payne. I said, DJ Payne 1, everyone say the 1. Don't forget to say the 1. I said,
look, I just talked about people mispronouncing or saying names wrong, but she was just, I don't know. Payne won't just be doing things, but that's his own thing.
If you don't speak out against what with K-Fresh, then you're actually endorsing what had happened anyways. So
Right.
you are not in a place to be displeased or not do anything, because you won't even speak out about that. And that's why creatives like you, me, everybody here, we don't trust you.
Well, we don't trust them also because they've come right out and said, yes, we've trained on millions of copyrighted songs, and what are you going to do about it?
Bruh, on God, like people think that Timbaland don't know what the hell was going on. He know what the hell is going on, because if he didn't know what the hell was going on, why did he use an artist? He used an actual artist to train his AI artist. Like, nigga, stop, knock it off.
It was really a challenge because I think ultimately their strategy was, look, we're too big to fail.
What up, gang? What up, gang?
So much, and I think that's what they were bargaining on, and honestly, it was a smart move. It was absolutely evil. I'm against it, but they know how the music business works, and they know that once they're too big, once the genie's out of the bottle, you cannot put it back in.
And you know, it's sad for all of us, the whole producer community that came up on the era of, you know, Timbaland's ingenuity, to see this happen. And I think that just...
But the reality of it is, we never seen Timbaland make beats until what, 2020 or so. And I'm gonna keep it real. Remember when when him and Swiss Beats were at it? I knew Swiss Beats was gonna be in that ass, bro. I knew that Swiss Beats was gonna be in that ass, bro. Dr. Umar shit. I knew that Swiss Beats was gonna be in Timbaland's ass, bro, in that battle, before they found out and had the epiphany that they can do verses.
Adds to our frustration, it adds to the backlash. But realistically speaking, he's an end user, he's a spokesperson, he's a mouthpiece, he's not an owner, he didn't create Suno. And though
No. Again, we're not gonna do that, G. It's like, it's the equivalence of me going out here, or a person going out here to make money selling crack cocaine, bro. You know what this stuff does to people, bro. You know what it is. But if you only care about the money, my G, and you still and you see people dropping in your community like flies, my G, then you knew what you was doing when you was out there. But you know what? You know what the difference is between a drug dealer and Timbaland? There is no difference, because they both don't give a fuck.
I do feel like he's getting an undue amount of criticism, especially in proportion to what the actual owners of these AI platforms that are stealing from us are actually getting, because we're not giving them as much static as we're giving Timbaland. It does feel like he either doesn't know how AI works, or he just has absolutely no interest in being moral. And he said as much. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a conversation he had with Jane Lee after my live conversation with her. They're friends. They definitely argue a lot. But listen to this, and you tell me, and hopefully other producers cover this. I don't think many people in the producer community even saw this footage.
I'm saying that we could appreciate the product. Yes, it might be amazing. Yes, it's above quality, but should we not examine the steps that it took to make the product?
No, not at all.
So basically what he's saying, he's going against what Pay One is saying, my G. He said he don't care about the results as long as his pockets are laced, my G. How you not hearing that though? I'm trying not to be dramatic, dog, but it's hard not to be. It's hard not to be dramatic, bruh. He doesn't give a fuck. It just came out of his words, out of his mouth. I'm just saying, dog. What is this?